Hi, this is Mike with the Strawberry Store. It's June 4th, 2016. I'm here in our small, one of our small cold frames where we are doing some seed production for Alpine Strawberry Pineapple Crush. You can see in front of me here some of the plants. On the other side we have some more plants, and we actually have some more that'll be coming in here shortly that are coming into bloom. We generally don't bring them in until we see the first buds because we're isolating them here, and this is prime area, so we don't want any, to use up any space that we don't need to with non-blooming plants. But you can see that we have a number of different containers, types and sizes and so forth. We have the 10-inch bucket lids, they're called, for 5-gallon pots. That one needs a little bit of work to clean it up. We've got Beto buckets. This one is one of the first plants brought in here. It's blooming like crazy. We got some fruit in here already. We have some aeration containers, some root trappers. We have some large root trappers here. I don't know if you can see them. There in the back we have Cocoa Grow Boss. We really like these. Comes with this, with the core and compressed in it, and all we do is and it comes with the bag. We just add water to the bag and it swells up, and we fluff it up a little bit and put a fertilizer mix into it and plant our transplants into it, and away it goes. They're really doing well. We really like the Cocoa Grow. We're using a couple of different sizes. That one that we just saw was 3-gallon. There's another 3-gallon one back in here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty good size pot. And we have some smaller ones in here too, left over from last year. We have one that we actually just filmed. This one is in a Beto bucket. We just filmed it a little while ago and talked about it. So you can see there's a lot of different sizes, kind of different stages. Another Cocoa Grow. They're growing really well. This one just started flowering recently. You can see there's some new buds here on the top. This is a regular pallet here. It's set up on stilts, so to speak, and it's got 6 plants on it, believe it or not. 5 of them are either Cocoa Grow Boss or Betos. This is a Beto right here in front of you. There's a root trapper there. Another pallet over here with kind of a mix of different plant sizes. And this 10-inch mesh bucket back here has some really nice sized fruit on it. Actually starting to, oops, one fell off. I'm going to have to grab that because that's for seed production. I'll probably come back in here and put something underneath to catch the berries so that we don't lose any of them. But we're just starting to, we had kind of a late spring, so we're just starting to come into full bloom here. Some of these smaller plants will be blooming like crazy very soon. And we also have a plug tray that's kind of left over here. I don't know why it's sitting in here. There's another root trapper here. Some really nice blooms coming onto this one. Another week or 10 days or so, this one will be full of blooms. So I just wanted to give you an idea of what we're doing here in our seed production area, and kind of give you a feel for the size of plants. As I mentioned in the other video, a lot of garden writers will say that these are cute little ornamentals and they're not very productive, and they really belong beside a sidewalk to give you a little bit of the scent of the fruit as you walk by. But these plants produce food. These particular ones, of course, are producing seed, but they produce berries that can be sold for a very high dollar value to high-end restaurants and bakeries and other types of businesses. And they can be really a good commercial crop as well for some of the niche markets, farmers markets, produce operations that are looking to add you know, new crops, new specialty crops. The fruit doesn't last very long. It's got a short shelf life, and so it's perfect for markets where, you know, you pick them and somebody buys them almost immediately, and you'll sell them. I can guarantee you that. Anyhow, well, I also should point out that there's some Tulsi in here, some holy basil. This is our supply for tea. Happens to be in here because it's nice and warm. Also, the last thing I'll mention is that this we got 40% shade cloth on this structure, and it'll get pretty hot in here in the summertime. It'll get well over 100, and to my surprise, for the last few years, we get pretty decent production, even in the heat. When it starts getting really hot, like 110 during the day, we don't get real good pollination, but with the fans constantly moving in here and a little bit of flutter of the leaves, and also the occasional wasp. We have some paper wasps living in here. They seem to do a pretty good job of pollinating, which was surprising to me. But they survive pretty well in the heat. You have to keep after them to make sure that they don't dry out. But if they have a good environment, the heat doesn't really hold them back too much. So this is Mike signing off for now. We'll talk to you sometime soon.